Is the Ruby Rose mindset the new standard in relationships? Grab your stick, grab your drink. Let's get into this thing right now.
Pop it, smoke it, drink it down. With your voice, it got you around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Let's play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.
What up? What up? What up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you, man. And y'all know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the real cigar Jeff, man. Y'all do me a favor. Look a bit lower in the description. Support the channel, get the merch. And most importantly, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. A lot of y'all watching my videos, but you're not subscribing. YouTube sends me my metrics, man. Y'all watching it, go ahead, man. Support a brother. It really helps the channel if you do. We about to jump right into this thing. Is Ruby Rose the new mindset for relationships? But before we get into this thing, I got to introduce my resident relationship and dating expert. I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell y'all what she's sipping on tonight before we jump into this
Thanks for having me back, but I'm so not
thing.
relationship and dating expert.
Man, you can't answer
Tonight, I'm sipping on something new, just a different version of something that I always love. So I found this the other day. This cookies and cream Bailey's.
it.
So I hadn't seen that before. So
Not that real. Not that real you sipping. You think you something because you mixed.
yes, when I saw that, but it's called cookies and creamy, or cookies creamy. So I'm gonna try to
Okay.
drink it straight up, see what it is. But I got
What
my
you what,
Bailey's chocolate just in case I need to throw something in there that I know I like.
what you putting in it? It just drinking it
No,
on the rock.
yeah, well, I couldn't remember how to make my chocolate martini.
Oh,
I
that's a
couldn't
nice little.
remember if I
Oh, that's a
used
nice
Grey
little
Goose
market.
or Tito's. I couldn't remember.
Oh, only goose, though. Only
I
goose.
couldn't remember. You know, I love me some Tito's, but I didn't
I
know
like
which
that
one to.
martini glass.
Oh yeah,
I
thank
like
you.
that
Yeah,
martini glass. Hey, yo, she
well,
fancy now.
no, because it came from a store we ain't supposed to be shopping at.
No, that wasn't in place when you bought that, though.
No, it was.
That ain't in place when you bought that. You bought it
No,
when it was
it
cool.
was. But I want to try it in the chocolate martini. Eventually, I just didn't
And y'all hear
take
that
the
ice
time.
shaking? That's something we do in the country. If
Well,
y'all hear that ice shake.
yeah, well, the ice about melted, glass sweating and
Yes, sir.
everything.
It took me a little while to get on y'all. Y'all know I was in Orlando, man, just getting back, just getting set up. So y'all know how that roll. Appreciate you being around. Y'all know, man, I'm over here smoking my nub by Oliva, the nub Habano. Y'all know this is my go-to. Anybody who's ever smoked with me, go-to cigar. One of my favorites, top five all time for me. Nub by Oliva. Small, action packed, consistent all the way through, good burn. That's what I'm smoking today. By the way, y'all, be on the lookout, man. About to start back doing my cigar reviews. I noticed a lot of y'all are starting to watch cigar reviews from back in the day. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing at least one or two cigar reviews a month. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Of course, tonight, bruh, I'm drinking my transfusion, and y'all know the transfusion is Shabaka. Of course, I got my Grey Goose right here. It's ginger ale, but y'all gotta understand, Walmart didn't have a Seagrams the other day when I went in there, so I'm using my ginger beer, my Cedar Tree ginger beer. And of course, I had to go with my organic grape juice that's in the fridge. Y'all got to trust me on that. I was using Welch's. So I'm trying to cut back on my sugar, get rid of the gut by the summer.
Oh Lord.
So I got my transfusion with a little sprinkle of grape juice, man. Y'all, let's get into this thing. If y'all hadn't seen the article, Ruby Rose says the new man. If y'all don't know Ruby Rose, former rapper slash now she does adult private entertainment online, uh, and she says her new man must earn $5 million a year because she don't want a broke N word. Rhonda, I sent you the article, told you what we were talking about before you got it and when you got it. When you hear
Mhm.
somebody say a man must make this, what's the first thing that came to your mind? And do you think that's the new mindset?
Well, I do believe that's uh the mindset for people that make that type of money. I would just say that. I think I think like, hey, if you're making that type of money, you know, for the woman, that's her ask. I feel like that is the mindset nowadays for that, which she can require that based on where she is. She can require that if she knows she's bringing in money like that, and someone, you must have at least minimum what she has or better. I don't see that
Mm-hmm.
being a bad requirement. I just think for regular folks, you could ask for that, but you ain't gonna get that. But that's a whole nother story. But hey, try it. You never know. You may catch somebody on a bad day or on a good day. I don't know.
Guys, I'm glad Ryan said that. I'm gonna tell y'all when I decided to do the podcast on this, I just seen a lot of people do a podcast on this after she appeared on Ross's podcast. And to be honest, guys, I think this is why so many relationships are hard to get in. I'm gonna say this to you, Ryan, before we get
I'm
into it.
out.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
I'm
Glad.
out. I'm gonna go
Y'all
drink
hear?
my drink. I'm out. This good.
But I'm gonna say this to y'all.
Mhm.
I think it is the norm. I think the problem with Ruby Rose, and we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna read the article to y'all. Then I got another article I want to share with y'all. What I can respect about Ruby Rose is that she's saying it up front. Like she verbalized. How many people are out there got these expectations but don't want to come across a certain way so you don't discuss this. And then later on, once the relationship becomes formal, man, we got problems because I actually wanted this in you. I don't want nothing else. Like what she is doing is laying out the financial part. And if you don't have the financial part, why are we even talking? Right? No. Could she have been doing that just because she was flossing on the podcast? Or Rhonda, is she real saying, hey, look, if you ain't got 5 million, we ain't talking. And what I appreciated about it is, Dad, you know what? If I want a Maybach, Mercedes Benz does the same thing, right? All right, this is how much it costs. Otherwise, you can get the C class, E class, or the S class. But if you want that Maybach, this is what it's gonna cost. If you want that Alpina BMW, if you want that Phantom Rolls Royce. And I think what a lot of guys are gonna struggle with is, and I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm gonna go from both sides, right? I think guys are saying if I make this, I want a woman who makes this. And ladies are saying, if I make this, I want a man who makes this. Now the question is, Rhonda, can the love that the poor man got taught override this?
Absolutely not. Or more importantly, maybe she's dated men broker than her for too long. Like, maybe she's had
Before.
enough. Yeah, like it makes me wonder. Maybe her last one wasn't as rich.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I'm not that familiar, so I don't know. Well, but something had to have happened for her to make that stance. That's all I'm gonna say. That's why we set parameters when it
Yeah.
comes to stuff like that in relationships, because you know uh it's just what it is. Some we don't have boundaries until we've been hurt, and then we make them.
Mm-hmm.
So it just
So
makes me wonder, what
we
was
know
it?
she's look, we know something happened for her to say, this is what I want. We're gonna get an article real fast. But I think what she is, I think every woman is like, I shouldn't say every woman. I'm gonna say the vast majority of women. No, if you date, this is a number. If there is a number that every woman has. Why? Because it's not the 20s anymore. It's not the 30s. It's not segregation or anything like that. In this world of social media and digital era, and all these things we see, I think more and more people have placed so many demands on the prerequisites of what their relationship is that I think Ruby Rose is more common than uncommon. I'm gonna go there, Ron. Ben, you remember back in high school, Ron, we were taking college prep courses. Well, why do we have to take college prep courses? That these were the requirements
Yeah,
to get in, right?
absolutely. Hmm.
Still requirements to get in. And I think me and you have done plenty of podcasts in the past, Ron, where I talk about the first question should be, what's your 1 year, 5 year, 10 year plan? Well, I think it's brilliant what Ruby Rose has done, is she cut that all out. I want somebody I don't have to ask that question to. Because if you got 5 million a year, you in some type of business that you want to keep growing or you want to keep that lifestyle. And I think that's what I think, guys, what you're seeing right now. I think more and more women are more in tune with what Rubi Rose is doing. Now, your number may not be 5 million. Your
Mm-hmm.
number may be six figures, right? Your number may be 50K or more. I don't care what your number is, but what this woman has just done, guys, I believe the quiet part is now being said out loud. What do you think about Ronnie when you hear me say that?
Well, I mean, I think over the years, women have been, been more vocal about, what they want as far as that goes, and social media helped that. Like social media has shifted
Yes,
everything.
yes.
And anybody can put anything out there on the internet, and people will catch on to it, right, wrong, or indifferent. I just think
Mm-hmm.
it's a trend now, but um people have their own way of making their money. They have their own way of making their
Mm-hmm.
money for their careers and how they're going to do stuff. But I think women have always said, you know, I just think as time has gone on, it's just been, yeah, more in your face. But I feel like when you're making that type of money, I just feel like you're going to be in certain circles anyway. You're not going to be in certain places where any old Joe going to be able to get to you anyway. So I think she
Stop
could
right
say
there.
that.
Hold on. Stop right there, Ronnie. Let me tell you this, guys. If you knew money, you still crave that old lifestyle. See, Rubi Rose, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. She still got to make club appearances. She still got to go back to where her Egypt was a lot of times because that's who's buying her content on the adult sites and that kind of thing, the membership site. YouTube don't like when we say that word. But my point to you guys is if your newfound money does not require you going back to your old life, you safe. But if your money is tied to the average Joe subscribing, the average Joe paying, all of a sudden, guys, if you got to keep dipping back into your Egypt, and Ronnie, we talk about Egypt versus the promised land, right? If
Hmm.
your promised land doesn't require you to deal with people from your Egypt, you fine. But if your money depends on you having to deal with people who just like you used to be, that $5 million requirement may not stand. Cause somebody gonna end up connecting with you from your old life. And that's powerful. That's powerful, right? That's where I'm getting. She can talk this $5 million stuff. She on Adinross's podcast. Let me tell y'all, one of the top podcasts out there. So
Hmm.
you gotta floss a little bit. But at the end of the day, there's some dude from where she used to come from that pick up the phone, hit her up with the WYD text,
Oh
the you
Lord.
up text,
Yeah.
right? The dot text, all that kind of stuff, and she can't turn it down. Now, Rhonda, look, let's get into this thing, guys. I want to
Okay.
share this. I want to share this article that I sent to Rhonda real fast. We going over here to the source. Yes, y'all, I read that too.
Mm.
We over here at the source.
Okay.
we over here. To,
Okay,
we over
sir.
here to source.com, right? Source magazine. Ruby Rose, can you see that, Rhonda?
Yes. Hmm.
Ruby Rose says new man must earn $5 million. I don't want a broke N word. Right now, here's the deal, guys. I'm gonna read through this real fast. Rapper turned fans only star Ruby Rose has made it clear that money, and a lot of it, is a non-negotiable asset for anyone hoping to date her. This revelation all went down during a recent appearance on the Adam Ross live stream on April 2nd. She openly discussed her expectations for a romantic partner, emphasizing loyalty and a heck of a lot of wealth as key factors. SMH, not to the loyalty part. She says a potential date should be rich, at least as much money as I have, Rose stated. Hopefully, like at least like 5 million a year. And not to seem shallow, but you guys probably wouldn't date an ugly girl, right? So I don't want a broke N word. People wonder why normal humans have such attainable standards these days, usually perpetuated by what they see on social media in sites like ours. This $5 million bar may be fine for Ruby Rose, but what's not so funny is that millions of people in the insufferable dating world see this and expect the same benchmark, and they are far from celebrities. Anyway, beyond the not so modest financial requirement, she also stressed that her ideal partner should steer clear of illegal activities. Rose also clarified past rumors about her relationship with Drewski, confirming their connection was genuine and not fake before their split. Awesome. So no trappers or scammers. Wondering if white collar crypto bros are okay to apply. She says, me and Drew were really in a relationship. And I said it was PR because he pissed me the F off and hurt my feelings. So, yeah. But that was really lame of me and embarrassing, she admitted. But it was like I had to stand on it. But you know, it's in the past now, and we're friends and we're still cool. And we've known each other like for 10 years, like since high school type ish. Rose is no stranger to financial success. She reveals she makes around $400,000 on her fans only page. Guys, I gotta tell y'all like this, right? Rhino, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this Instagram clip if y'all don't mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna play this Instagram clip, and we're gonna get in here, make sure everybody can hear it. Here we go.
Be rich.
Like at least as much money as I have. We were literally just having this conversation outside.
What's like the minimum? What's the minimum number like yearly he got to be able to bring in? Just so people know.
Like hopefully, I don't know. Like
No, say it.
I don't want to
just
seem
say it.
shallow. Okay.
You got a standard.
Okay. Like hopefully, like at least like 5 million.
A year?
A year.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause it's like, and not to seem shallow, but you guys probably wouldn't date an ugly girl, right?
No.
So I don't want
Not
to date a broke
realistically.
nigga.
Well,
What is but broke is 3 million a year or 4?
wait, they got it. So he's got to make $5 million a year. How much is that a month?
I don't know. I just
Like
said
400K
that's
a month?
About 4 5.
rough estimate.
Okay, and you don't care what they do as long as they're bringing in their own
No,
shit.
I care. I don't want any illegal activities.
Okay, so no trapping,
No scamming.
no scamming,
Scammers,
No.
dope dealing.
No.
none of that.
None of that.
They got to be like an actual legitimized business.
Something. Yes.
Okay.
Lord Jesus. Now, guys, we heard it in the flesh. Rhonda, what do you think about it? I sent you that article to preview before we started, and now you just seen the Instagram clip. Tell me what's wrong with what she said.
I don't even know if again, I just don't think this for regular folks. I don't see that, like, um, again, like these people would have to come from old money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gonna have to come from, I don't know if there's anything wrong with what she says because that's what she believes. That's what she feel like she needs. Um, and that would be great if we look the same way forever, but we don't.
Oh, I like that. That's a good take.
Because
You said
she
she can
made
say
that
that
comment, like, and so,
you won't date
it's
an ugly
just,
girl, right? So she basically
I
said
just
y'all
don't
won't date
think
no
that
ugly
has
girl,
a
right?
good basis. I don't think that's a good reason, but hey, for
Well, let's
her,
be
it
honest.
works.
Most of our relationships are tied to how they look initially, right? Like,
Hmm.
is he fine or is she fine? I'm gonna say this to you guys. When I read the article and I saw the Instagram clip when I was preparing for this podcast, y'all better stick to business. Because let me tell you what happened, guys. Between social media being monetized, what she's saying is, I want somebody like Drewski. Because she and Drewski didn't have to worry
I
about getting
guess I
shot
don't
when
know
they were in the
I don't know
making.
who that is. Who is that?
Yeah, man, you done seen Drewski. You done seen him on big time on YouTube, big time on social media.
Oh, okay.
You've seen him on a lot of things. You probably just don't know what he's on commercials now. And one of the things,
Okay.
guys, is basically what she's saying is she wants somebody in digital media like her. That's basically what she's saying. And guys,
Well,
there's a
that's probably
reason
what
why I'm
she's
trying to
gonna
do
need that. She probably gonna need that.
because she knows, guys, at some point that membership only page that she owns, her physical body is
Yeah.
not gonna command that kind of money, right? And so now, and in full disclosure, I have not gone to her site, and I have not gone to her site. No,
Okay.
I ain't paying no money. I ain't paying no money for that, right? I ain't paying no money for that. I have not gone to her site, but I think it was smart, guys. I wanted to read it, then I wanted to play the actual clip from Adin Ross, and y'all got to know Adin Ross is one of the top podcasters out there.
Yeah, I never heard
So
her.
as much as he's acting like he doesn't have that
Was he
kind
the
of
white
money,
guy? Was he the white
he's
guy?
the white guy.
Oh,
He's
okay.
he's
Okay.
he's the white guy, guys. So as much as he's acting like he don't have that kind of money, guys, he has that kind of money and he has that kind of influence. Let's be honest, guys. If she wants $5 million a year, why is she on his podcast?
Yeah,
Right?
she
He trying
must
to
be
act like he
looking.
don't know. She trying to act like she's trying to act like or he's trying to act like he don't have that kind of money. But y'all gotta understand. I'm gonna say this to y'all. And we don't talk this ain't a politics type podcast tonight. But if y'all don't realize who Adin Ross is, Barron Trump told Donald Trump, if you want to win this election, go on his podcast. And once he went on Adin Ross's podcast, we ain't gonna talk about guys. Adin Ross has Trump personal number. When Barron Trump told Trump which podcast to go on, and the first one he told him to go on was Adin Ross. So Adin Ross is over here playing that all shucks thing like he ain't understanding what she's saying. But basically what she's saying is, I want a digital media guy. I think this man gave Trump a Rolex when Trump came on his pod. This is one of the most influential podcasters. And Rubi Rose, and when I was reading the article, guys, and then when I saw the clip, I'm like, is she hitting on Adin Ross? Is basically what she's saying. She wants somebody like him. Because this man is making probably double or triple. If Rubi Rose is making $400K a month, Adin Ross easily making triple or quadruple of that. See, right? And that's guys, as I got into this whole YouTube thing and the whole digital media thing, you start learning who some of these podcasters are. And if you're not in this space in some way, shape, or form, or at least trying to get in it, it's going to be hard to make that kind of money anyway else. Because y'all remember when we first started doing this podcast, when TLC was on and Rhonda was on in the beginning, what they used to always say, what TLC used to say it all the time, don't be hitting me up asking me about crypto and all that, right? Because most people, she said, I don't want no scammers, I don't want no dope boys. So what is she talking about, right? It's only two type of people who can have that kind of, I shouldn't say two type of people. It's only a couple of people. You got high-level CEOs of businesses.
Oh,
You got
I was
digital
gonna say
media
white
people, and
men.
you got athletes.
Okay, okay.
No,
Go ahead.
it's some brothers out there. It's some brothers out there getting
No, but go ahead. Okay.
it. It's some brothers out there getting it. And guess what? I think when you've been with Drewski, here's what a lot of people don't get, and people missing Drewski in this whole thing. Drewski
Because I
killing the
don't know him.
game right now. Drewski is killing the game now. And other than that Diddy stuff that somebody tried to put out there on it, the boy's pill is killing the game. So Rhonda, let me ask you this.
Oh, okay.
So a woman comes across, says this, and she lays it out. What's your favorite? What's that Bobby Womack line? We always preach when we're doing these
If I'm
podcasts.
damn broke, if you think you're lonely now, that's one of my favorite songs. If I'm damn broke, yeah.
Guys.
But being a digital creator, you could be there and not be broke.
But
Because
here's
you
the
could
deal,
do it
guys.
from anywhere. You could be in the bed doing it.
What she letting y'all know, the reason she popular is because she was with Drewski. Drewski blew up. She blew up. If you're in a relationship with her, everything is about the content. Remember when we did the Trad Wives? We did the Trad Wives podcast?
Yeah, my stomach just turned a little. But yeah, go ahead.
But remember, what was the whole point of that? You got to be all about the content. They're doing it for content. It's a business.
Yeah.
And what Rubi Rose is saying is, when you start making $400,000, $500,000 a month, guys, everything you do is about business. So you need men who understand that everything is business. Go ahead, jump in there, Ron. Let me know what you think.
No, that makes sense. Again, that works for her. I'm just trying to see, like, how does this? I don't know how having this mindset for regular folks is going to be sustainable.
But when I think about it, regular folks just don't have that number. But regular folks starting to have a number. Regular folks starting to have a number, Ron. And I think that's what's happening. I think that's why. How do you know your person got a number? Give you the right. I shouldn't be getting into my takeaway the whole time. How do you know your person got a number? They got a work wife or a work husband. And whoever that work wife or work husband is, make the amount of money that she wants. Right? Y'all notice, man, relationships are turning into business, Rhonda. This fairy tale
It's always
crap.
busy. Yeah, it's always business.
But Rhonda, think about it. Some of us thought that it was about the love we got taught and about the affection and all this kind of stuff.
Christ.
Right?
Go ahead.
Christ led the church. All this kind of stuff, right? Guys, those days are over. Those days are over. If you are building your relationship on the smoke and mirrors of tradition, of religion, and all this kind of stuff, guys, you missing it. Those days are over, Ron. When she said it, I don't care what your number is. Women are leading with that right now because what they're saying now is she said, I just want somebody who make as much as me. Now, a lot of people are not going to be qualified for that, right? See, y'all remember now. I remember, bro, you just tell me, I ain't got it, but give me a little time I can put my hand on it. So I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, you got to have 5 minutes. No, okay. Let me go hide shit. Okay. Yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't put my hand on fire.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't put my hand on fire. But Rhonda, let me ask you this. Should a woman be looked at negatively if she has this standard
No,
as the
absolutely
as the
not.
as the entry door, as the door entry to
No.
get into this relationship?
Mm-mm. No, she shouldn't be looked at negatively, like from that
'Cause you know
standpoint. She letting you know
you
what
know a lot
front
of guys.
what it is,
The guys,
but those are
yeah.
guys who probably don't make as much money as she does. Remember, you never
Stop
get
right, boy. You
criticized
free.
by people who's doing better than you.
And more.
Yeah. Or more. Yeah, let me say more. Not necessarily better, but more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now she doing
it's
better.
yeah. You know,
Look,
they talk a
look.
whole lot of
It,
junk when you turn them down, broke that. No, you can't say that. Whatever. I'm over here with my 5 meal plus.
how you gonna talk? You can't even get in the club. What Chris Brown said? You
Yeah.
can't even get in.
Yeah. so
Hey,
so no,
guys,
I think it'll only be those, only those types of guys. And
mhm.
like I said, the only thing that would be a little questionable is basing stuff, you know, off of looks. People could be in an accident and you don't know. And then what's gonna happen to OnlyFans then? Like you don't know.
Well, but I think that's the difference, guys. That I'm glad Rhonda said that because I think what people got to recognize is guys have been guys have had to always lead with this is how much I make. I'm out here doing things because there used to be a song back in the 80s. Ain't nothing going on but the rent.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That song back in the 80s. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a job if you want to be with me.
Mm-hmm. That's what
No
she said.
romance. No. Only you. Yeah, I apologize. She keeps shaking that out.
Man, look, that stuff is good. Mm.
Look, but the best part about it was she said, and this is the 80s, guys. No romance without finance. No
Mm-hmm.
romance without finance. There was another song. Just got paid Friday night. Parties jumping, places right. Right? So what happens is, what this woman is saying is, nah, I don't want no weekly payday guy. You got to be making money every time you open your mouth or every time you walk out. Because she getting paid every time she posts. She getting paid everything everywhere she goes. And guys, here's all I'm telling you. Some of y'all right now, 5 million a year. For some of y'all,
Mm-hmm.
if the woman say you got to make 100,000 a year or 50,000 a year, it's the same battle. Because what
Oh
she's
yeah, it'll
saying
be the
is,
same battle. Yeah.
it's the same battle. It's the same. Because if I'm making 30 or 40, if I'm making 30 or 40, and somebody say you at least got to make $150 if you want to get with me. See, y'all don't get caught up with the number. Get caught up with the fact now that women are not signing up to grow with you. What? Right now, women are not signing up to grow with you. Women ain't signing up to
Well, they
be
don't want to
patient with
raise
you.
somebody's child. Your mama should have raised you. Anybody got time?
Guys, let me tell y'all this. This fairy tale stuff we got taught, Rhonda just said. I ain't trying to raise no child. Now
No.
look, you might make 30 grand. Rhonda done called you a child.
Uh,
I ain't call you that. I ain't call you that.
child,
That's,
children.
that's right. Right? But what this lady is trying to say is every day do you go about business 24 hours a day? Because people who make that kind of money, they making it 24
Well,
hours a
in
day.
that profession though, if you're in that profession where
Right?
you're a content creator, your life is 24/7, every single minute. Because if you're not
Right.
recording,
Exactly.
somebody's recording you, and it's
Yes.
just either way.
Yes.
Either way, like your vacations have to be
Yes.
on point. Like
Yes.
all of that stuff. You
Somebody
have
paying
no
you.
time.
Somebody paying you so they can record you while
Yeah,
you on quote unquote vacation.
yeah.
And what this is, what let me tell you what I like about it, guys. Y'all might not like the 5 million, but what she's telling you is the people who subscribe to her, they got a number two. Y'all might have a problem with the 5 million, but everybody got a
But what
number.
she
We
know, the number is at least that membership fee a month. She know that. That's all she need to
listen,
know.
you at least that credit
Whatever
card
it is,
swipe,
whatever it
that
is.
credit card swipe every
Yes.
month. And y'all gotta understand, she ain't making money just off of the subscription. Y'all doing some extra stuff to pay for extra. lives or Snapchats or DMs, all that. She
Sing it to my
knows
mama.
what she's doing. Yeah,
Hmm.
right. She knows what she's doing, guys. And so I'm telling y'all right now, don't get caught up in the number. Get caught up in the mindset because fellas, a lot of men are out here. Man, I go on social media and guys out here talking. Can she cook and can she clean? Can she do this? Nah, bruh. Ruby Rose is where the majority of women are
And
right
she
now.
got somebody
If
to do
you,
that. She got somebody to do that.
yeah,
Anybody got
she got
time?
somebody to do that.
Yeah.
Guys,
She could do
if
what
y'all
she could
sitting
do a
out here,
video every now and then, show herself slicing up a cucumber and
right,
going
that's the
about her
point,
business.
Rhonda. Rhonda,
Like she
you
don't have to
got
do that.
guys out here trying to hold on to what they think was real because they saw it growing up. But what that was your situation, and that was this was this tradition and this environment that we were trying to create. What she's saying is, Brad, I ain't about to do all that for you. Are you kidding me? I got a chef. I got a maid.
As she should
You
if she
better
making
learn
that
how to
type
do
of money.
business. That woman ain't sitting here talking about it's gratifying to make up a bed. She ain't saying that, right? Somebody else is cleaning for her. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I don't care who you are. Look across at the person you with, and they got a number now. They got a number. That number for her was 5 million. But if the number of the person you with, it's going to be higher than what you currently make. And if she ain't trying to grow with you, it needs to be it. What's going to make her happy is when she see you have that number. And guess what happens, fellas, when you make that number? Her number go up.
Yeah. But more importantly, you know what? Now, to be honest, people probably need to pay attention to who their people are following. You
Mm-hmm.
probably need to take a look at who they are listening to.
Yep.
Just telling them
Yeah.
what the standard should be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all, I got to go to this next article, man. Right now, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it okay?
Barely, but I know you're gonna paraphrase.
Hold on. Let me increase it. All right, guys. We over here at millionairematch.com, guys. We over here. Should you date a man without money? Consider these factors.
Mm.
Rhonda had to pull it up. I ain't seen this one Rhonda, right?
No, you sure do.
Here we go, guys. I'm gonna read through this pretty quickly, and Rhonda and I gonna come back at it, right? Money undoubtedly plays an important role in modern relationships. It influences lifestyle choices, social dynamics, and even the kind of experiences one can offer. But when it comes to love, should money be a deciding factor in your relationship choices? This is a question many people face, particularly when considering whether or not to date someone without financial stability. While financial security can offer comfort and convenience, it's important to ask, can you build a meaningful, fulfilling relationship with someone who isn't financially well off? For some, money is a deal breaker. Others, it's not a primary concern. Understanding your own values and expectations is crucial. Let's jump into this thing now. The emotional aspect, love beyond money. There's no doubt that emotional connection plays a key role in any relationship. For some people, the idea of dating a man without money is about more than finances. It's about love, companionship, and emotional connection. After all, isn't it emotional support and strong bond just as important, if not more than financial stability? Take the story of Maria, for instance. Maria was an ambitious woman working in a high paying job in a major city. She had always been attracted to men with similar financial backgrounds, believing that someone who could match her in that aspect would understand her lifestyle and goals. Then she met David, a passionate artist who was struggling financially but had immense talent and drive. He got that ambition, baby. Look in his eyes. I mean to quote Kanye. That's not me. Sorry. At
Mm.
first, Maria was
Especially
unsure.
him, of all people,
She
at this
she
point
wondered if their
in
different
time.
financial situation would create a gap. But over time, she realized that what she valued most in David wasn't his bank account. It was his creativity, ambition, and kindness. The emotional connection between them became stronger, and Maria found herself growing more drawn to him despite his lack of financial resources. Through David, she learned that love doesn't always have to be about wealth. It's about mutual respect, shared values, and personal connection. Rhonda, what do you think about that story with Maria?
I think that could be the case for a lot of women in certain situations. It's I mean, it's no different than if your husband loses his job or something happens, right? Like, are you gonna up and leave or are you gonna work through some stuff? Now, she, on the other hand, she met him while she was, in her position that she's in. Um, Again, I still think things boils down to how people treat you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Ruby Rose said in
Mm-hmm.
the article before, like, hey, that was just a PR stunt. He hurt my feelings. What if he didn't hurt her
Mm-hmm.
feelings? Would she still be with him? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yep.
just like, so I can get that because at the end of the day, you still want to be cared for very well, treated very well. Whether women
Well,
say that or
I think,
not, I think you just do the other thing. My man, this, my man, my man. You do that because that's what social media taught you to do. But
guys, I'm gonna say this. I appreciate everything Rhonda's saying. I appreciate everything Rhonda's saying. Because fundamentally, Rhonda's right.
oh
But
Lord,
now in the digital age, she's only gonna put up with this temporarily. Eventually, your art and stuff better bring in some money. Because at the end of the day, guys, the only way this happens is it used to be back in the day that your work was your job, and then I want to get away. My personal life needs to be my escape from my job.
hmm
Guys, now whatever you do defines you. Hey, let's be honest, guys. When our parents were working, they didn't have a BlackBerry or an iPhone, and they didn't have emails going off all the time, right? They didn't have cell phones and all that kind of stuff. So it used to be a separation between work and home life, Rhonda, right? We
absolutely.
knew our mama, right? Now, when our mama and our daddy were working, we knew after at 6 o'clock, everybody was gonna be home. There was nothing you had to worry about at work for your parents. Well,
hmm
now that's not the case. Everything you do work wise, we are in a 24-hour global world now. So all this stuff, you were struggling after you telling her what you want to do and all this kind of stuff, you have to be defined by your work. When y'all look at the Aiden Ross podcast with Ruby Rose on it, they working. They're working. And guess what, guys? They're recording it once
And we're
and it
not,
continues to do the work on,
and we're not
right?
as we're watching,
And
right?
we're not. But
That's the
that
whole
once
purpose.
they upload it on YouTube, that video's still working for them.
Absolutely.
You have to make sure, guys, that you have a profession that when you do the work once, it can keep working for you. Everybody should have a social media page that's monetized. Everybody should have a YouTube page that's monetized. Because at the end of the day, guys, that's where the stuff is going. When you start seeing politicians on TV, Michelle Obama even got a podcast, right? Guys, the cheese has moved. Everybody who's read Who Moved My Cheese, the cheese is in digital media. And if you don't have a presence there, you got a problem. Let me get into this, Ron, so we can get this finished. The
Okay.
financial realities. What does money bring to the table? Although emotional connections are the cornerstone of any relationship, financial stability can certainly have practical benefits. Money allows couples to enjoy a comfortable lifestyle, travel together, and make plans for the future. Financial issues can cause stress, and sometimes a lack of money can strain a relationship. For many, having a partner with money may also create opportunities for growth and a sense of security. It's crucial, however, to recognize that while financial compatibility is important, it is not the only measure of a successful relationship. People with limited financial resources may offer other assets such as emotional support, creative thinking, and a fresh perspective. These can be just as valuable as monetary wealth in nurturing a relationship. Take, for example, the experience of Carla, who had been dating a very successful entrepreneur for 7 years. She enjoyed the finer things in life: luxury, vacations, fancy dinners, and expensive gifts. But after a while, she began to realize that while she appreciated these experiences, they weren't as fulfilling as she thought they would be. What she found truly valuable was her connection with a new man she met on Millionaire Match, someone who wasn't as wealthy, but had an immense passion for life, a deep understanding of her dream, and a sense of adventure that matched hers. Carla had a difficult choice between staying with her financially secure partner or pursuing a relationship that felt more cheap. Jumping that around. Are they selling us a fairy tale on this page?
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like, again, I think it all depends on somebody's life experience with relationships and how hurt they were by it.
Okay.
And I think that's why you could become so clear cut or cutthroat when it comes to, no, they need to do this or they need to have that because
hmm
of your experiences. And that's what I hold on to because I think that's otherwise you'll go with the flow.
hmm
If he ain't begging and asking you for money, you should be good. Now that's where the problem is. That's where the
Yeah,
problem is, right? Like his
that's
ambition will catch up to him, hopefully monetarily soon. But
yes.
you
Rhonda
know what I'm
just preached,
saying?
guys.
But
Rhonda
yeah,
just preached. She. If you look at Carla, Carla's like, okay, I like your passion. I'm connected to that, but I'm only connected to it because I'm thinking you gonna monetize this thing at some point. And guess what, guys? If your woman ain't holding you accountable for a number, she holding you accountable for a date. She got to see an increase by a certain date.
Well, and so does her
Because
friends and family.
mm-hmm,
If
mm-hmm.
we gonna be real about it.
Yes. How many times you sat down with friends and family and they say, when y'all get married? Y'all been together how long? When y'all get married?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Really? So
Yeah.
I want y'all to understand, for y'all who thinking these girls, I got a real girl, she don't care about it. Yes, she does. And she got a date that she ain't told you about. And this is why the work wife and work husband has taken off. Because that guy she has at work is fulfilling that. That's why she being patient with you. That's why she being patient with you. That's why he being patient with her. If he got a work wife, he being patient with this person. Because eventually, guys, this emotion gonna run dry. Let's finish this
But
up,
there's
right? The
also no
balancing act going,
contract.
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
There's no contract or
No
covenant between
contract.
them.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that, you look at
Okay.
this person you married
Okay.
to, you like, dang, I gotta provide for this right here.
Yes. Yes. That's true.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to
No,
throw that in
no, no,
there.
no. But look, that's no. Ryan is right. Because we talking about formal relationship versus informal.
Yeah.
The patient's gonna be a little bit
Illegal
different in an
versus
informal.
illegal.
God, the one that God want and the one that you want.
Yes.
All right, guys. Navigating a relationship. Navigating a relationship without focusing too much on money can be tricky, but it's definitely possible. When you're dating someone without financial resources, it's important to maintain open communication and keep expectations clear. This means talking about the future, discussing career aspirations, and understanding now both partners will contribute to the relationship in different ways. One way to approach dating without money becoming a central issue is to focus on shared goals. If you and your partner are aligned on things like long-term objectives, personal growth, and mutual respect, you can build a strong foundation regardless of financial status. Consider these key points. Emotional support. How does your partner support you emotionally? Do they make you feel valued and understood, or do they create a sense of insecurity due to financial pressures? Share values. Are you both on the same page when it comes to values and goals in life? Do you support each other's aspirations? Growth mindset. Is your partner driven to grow and improve, both financially and personally? Someone with ambition and a plan for their future can still be a great partner, even if they don't have much money now. Guys, if you don't have it now, it can only be temporary. At some point, guys, you gonna have to put up or shut up. Ronald, what you think when you hear that right there?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you do that's life, man. That's life.
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
with every situation you had to put up or shut up, right? Like
Yes. Yes.
or like and again, some women and some men could possibly appreciate that. Like, you know what? Like, hey, this is
Mm-hmm.
what I tried to do. It just didn't work. Just.
Yes.
But um, but at the end of the day, you got to show and prove, as we used to say back in the day.
Yes.
You got to show and
Got to show and
prove.
prove, girl. All I'm telling y'all, this article telling y'all can live off of that emotional high, but you better have some goals to get off of that because the emotion gonna run out, guys. Emotion crash like a plane. Emotion crashes like a plane. When it crashes, ain't a whole lot of survivors.
Mm.
And if it is some survivors, you surprise. Always remember that. The appeal of financial stability isn't a deal breaker. It's important to be honest with yourself about what you want in a partner. For some, the desire to be with someone who has financial resources is a deal breaker. Having a wealthy partner may seem appealing for security and lifestyle reasons, but it's crucial to recognize that money alone cannot guarantee happiness in a relationship. In fact, relationships built solely on financial gain may lack the emotional depth needed for long-term success. While financial compatibility may matter, it should not be the sole factor in determining whether you pursue a relationship or not. Millionaire Match, a platform designed for individuals who value both emotional and financial compatibility, recognizes that many people seek partners who can offer both the right emotional connection and financial stability to support a comfortable life. The balance allows you to build relationships where both emotional and material are met. Let me read this last one, right. Embrace your own
Mhm.
journey. Prioritize what matters. In the end, decision of whether to date someone without money is a deeply personal one. If you're interested in someone who doesn't have significant wealth, it's important to assess the relationship beyond materialistic concerns. Focus on what makes you happy and what makes the other person special, and whether you both had a capacity to grow together. Remember, what relationships are not only about what you can receive, but also what you can give. If both partners are committed to nurturing the relationship, regardless of financial status, they can find joy and fulfillment together. Whether you meet someone through Millionaire Match or in other ways, remember that love is built on trust, mutual respect, and emotional compatibility, not just wealth. In a world where wealth is often seen as a key to success and happiness, it's essential to balance financial expectation with emotional need. Dating someone without money doesn't have to be a limitation. It can be an opportunity to build a stronger, more meaningful relationship. Rhonda, jump in there. Let me know what you think about this article.
I mean, I think it brought up some good points, but I think it spoke to a lot of people's situations. I don't think,
Hmm.
I think a lot of people live in la la land or in fairy tale land,
Yeah.
just whether or not they want to admit it to themselves. Because how dare we pick the wrong person, or how dare we pick someone who may not, have as much ambition or drive as I do, or
Hmm.
all because they
Hmm.
don't make a certain amount of money. And
Hmm.
I think that could happen to a lot of people, and it does happen to a lot of people in their everyday lives. Like, I just think,
Hmm.
like, hey, you don't know. They say opposites attract for a reason. You don't know who
Hmm.
it may be for you. And more importantly, because again, I think that outside influence with family and close friends, I think it does a lot to relationships more than we care to talk about. Where you may be genuinely happy with this person, and then here come your yip yapping friend telling you something different,
Or family.
or family, telling you something
And guys,
different. So
I'm gonna tell y'all like this, right? I'm gonna tell y'all something like this. When I started studying for this podcast, everybody needs money. And nothing worse than being in a relationship saying that you don't and that it's not important. And I care about work life balance, right? We are in a 24-hour world, which means you have to have something that allows you to make money for 24 hours. Okay. And this was the toughest thing. A lot of us are holding on to what we thought our parents, grandparents, great grandparents, aunts, aunties, uncles, all this kind of stuff had. But in essence, guys, they hid a lot of stuff from us. They hid a lot of stuff from us. And Rhonda, when I saw this millionaire match, here's what happens, guys. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I don't think you can have both. I think you got to choose one or the other. And every time Rhonda say that Bobby Womack thing, right? Look, if I'm there, I'm broke. Which means that if you want your person at home all the time on the schedule that you want, they broke, right? And guys, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I took a break from doing the cigar reviews. Well, now my cigar reviews are getting people comments and all this kind of stuff. Some of them are a year, 2 years old. And so I said, okay, you know what? People are consuming it. Guess what I got to do? I got to give it. I got to do more. And I think I'm gonna say this, Rhonda. I'm gonna say this as we get ready to close out. Even if you don't have the money that the woman needs, even if you don't make the money that the woman is demanding, you should at
requires,
least have that demanding or required. You should at least have a vision and a time frame on how you gonna get there. I think
or
you
know
should be
how
able
to
to
move
articulate. Go ahead.
on if you know that's not a goal you're trying to hit.
What you say? What you say? Let me go ahead and go to Dylan's because I know I ain't going to Neighbors.
Don't be talking. Take me to Eddie V's.
What?
You better
Okay.
take me to Eddie V's. Don't be. Mm.
Rhonda, look, Rhonda gonna want that crab cake. Look, guys, I'm just telling y'all, it's just certain expectations people have, and it doesn't make them bad people for having expectations. And the one thing I don't like about that article, guys, I'm all about look, bro. I'm all about people having goals and dreams and aspirations, but you better have a finite date that you gonna do it by. Because that woman who lowers that standard when she's been in that life of luxury, if she lowers it for you, she only lowered it temporarily. Before she gonna say, look, man, like, dude, all right, man, look, I don't mind going to get this triple dipper, but now you getting too comfortable with the triple dipper. I don't mind going to get that 2 for $20 while we working on some stuff, but now you getting too comfortable with that 2 for $20. I don't mind having that $5 biggie bag with the junior bacon cheeseburger or the double stack, but now you getting too comfortable with it. Because when people have been introduced to that life of luxury, Rhonda, and they lower their standards temporarily to see if you can give them that emotional connection, they
Yeah, because
still
it's cute.
expecting
It's
you
cute at first. It's cute. Okay, hee
cute,
hee.
yeah, just like a
It's cute.
puppy, just like a puppy, just like a puppy,
Then he go peeing on the floor,
peeing on the floor,
peeing and pooping.
shitting
That ain't
everywhere,
cute. Yes,
right?
that ain't cute no more.
And you cleaning it up,
Yes.
right? And I think that's the difference, Rhonda. What's your takeaway from the night as we get ready to get out of here?
Don't get in a relationship, man. I don't know how else to put it no other way. Go out, get you some cookies and creamery, Bailey's for your life, make it a little sweeter. But no, like, listen, ain't nothing wrong with having standards. That I don't think is. I think again, nobody's gonna criticize you unless they're doing less than you. So,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't need those people anyway, uh, in your life. Like, I'm glad Ruby Rose put it out there, like on a platform, like you said.
Yes,
I
she
didn't know,
did.
I hadn't heard, like, you know what I'm saying.
She
So,
did.
yeah, and these, and I'm gonna just be real. These generations after, our generation of Gen Z, whatever we are, Z, well, I don't even know what we are anymore. We just before the millennials. I know that. And so, but
Mm-hmm.
these
Mm-hmm.
millennials and later, man, they not playing. They not playing. They not playing with y'all
Right,
out here in these streets.
to put it in perspective, y'all don't know. Adinross got 68 million subs on TikTok. 68 million people follow him on TikTok. Ruby Rose, Ruby Rose knew what she was saying on this platform. Ruby Rose knew what she was saying on that platform, guys. And now, see, I'm glad what Rhonda said. That's why I always ask Rhonda what's her takeaway. And I know we talk about don't get mad, don't get the relationship. But what she just said was true. It's okay to have standards. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, fellas, ladies that let us off the hook too long. And with social media and in the digital age and all this kind of stuff, guys, they ain't letting us off now because they following somebody who work all the time, right? They may have this emotional connection with you temporarily. Rhonda said something earlier that slipped by. See who she following.
Yeah.
How many of them broke?
Make
How
sure
many
they
of
don't have
them
no
broke, bro?
perimenopausal feed.
Look, that
I
Rhonda
just
just
said.
said it. Okay, guys, how you know how much time she gonna give you? How many people she following that's making that bread?
And who they following? Yeah.
Rhonda, my takeaway is simple. I appreciate her having a standard that's gonna make men be men again. Because growing up, we got taught, don't no woman want no broke man. You better go to school. You better make good grades. You better go to college. You better go get a good job. You better keep growing. Because don't no woman want a broke man. And Rhonda used to say that all the time when we were doing these podcasts. Ain't nobody got time for no broke man.
Ain't nobody's
And
stuff
now,
gonna get
guys,
wet. Who
what
gonna get wet for that? Nobody.
Ron, now y'all look,
My bad. It's the
look,
drink.
guys,
Ain't
Ruby
about it.
Rose just said it. Ruby Rose then laid the standard out there for $5 million. And I'm gonna end with this. If y'all saw it right now, Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves, got the girl pregnant. I saw it in the news today. She took him to child support. He said she can have sole custody. I don't want nothing to do with her. I'm gonna pay her everything you pay. What you charging me per month? I'm gonna pay it up front.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pay, fellas. If y'all don't realize when these stories hit like this, the focus of the man has to improve and increase because the game is changing.
But it goes to show you, he was just screwing her. He won't fool. He
He
won't.
don't want nothing to do with her.
There's one thing that
He don't
I
want
want to
nothing to do
deal
with her.
with you, and then there's another thing, I'm just sleeping with you. And
Yes, yes.
he just. That's
Paid it
all.
all up front.
That's the difference.
That's my take. My takeaway is I'm glad she laid a standard out there because every relationship should have a standard financially. If you got a standard emotionally, you better match it
Mm-hmm.
because you better match
And
it
they were saying that
financially.
money gonna be gone in 2 years. That money gonna be gone in
Because
two
guess
years.
no 2 years. Because guess what the scriptures say? Guess what the scriptures say? Where a man's treasure is, his heart will be there also. So if he don't have no treasure and he ain't spending no treasure on you, ladies, yeah, his heart ain't there. Don't be
No,
getting okey doke by some
he f you, but he
emotional
don't f
man.
with you.
Right, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Drink kicking in tonight. Man, and y'all know what it is. It's Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast, man. On the real cigar, just y'all do me a favor. Get
Don't
down in
get
the
married
comment section, man. Let us know what you're thinking, man. Me and Rhonda crazy. Or we own to something, man. Get down in the comment section and let us know what you think. If you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. Rhonda, let them know where they can find you on the socials.
on IG at RNB LNBT.
Appreciate it again, guys. She bought that heat tonight, man. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, we gonna holler.
Hot, big, smoke it, drink it down. With your voice, it got you around. a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.